What's up guys, Mark's Vlogs here, and on this episode I'm gonna go through the final stages of what I've done on my Yamaha R3 2016 model. So, as you can probably see, there are a few more gold details that I have added to the motorcycle during the time I've not actually been filming anything, and that's what I'm gonna go through today. So I'm gonna begin with the stickers to begin with. So basically I bought a lot of R3 stickers for my Yamaha R3, and so what you can actually see is like most of the things that you notice on this bike immediately is that there's a lot of stickers on it. So I'm gonna go through where they are and how they look like. Obviously some of them just says R3 and some of them does have like other labels, such as maybe limited edition or something else that I've done, and that's what I'm gonna go through. So I'm gonna begin with that. So here on the tank you can see that it says R3. This is actually new, I put this recently, and here's Mark's log. This is nothing new. I even changed this one, and there's another one on the other side. And if we look at the wheel, front wheel, I put this little badge with the Yamaha icon. I put R3 here. This is not really visible when I'm driving, but it's cool to have. ABS, nothing too special. The screws are gold. If you look at the front fender, you will see that it says R3 here. This has been in there before. I've also added limited edition and my vlogging channel, Mark's Vlogs. Now you might think, yeah, there's like a lot of labels here on the front fender, maybe it doesn't look good, but the thing is, it's not actually what other people will look at. They are not gonna judge what they think about it, because I think it looks pretty good, and that's the only thing that matters. Another thing that I did was I was changing the front screen, windscreen. As you can see, well, actually, you can actually see that it's rather new. Before, on my previous windscreen, there were a lot of scratches from last year when I was driving. There were some bad, just bad scratches overall. So I bought a new one, which took like 3 weeks to arrive, but still I got it. And I put this sticker here, Yamaha logo. I put a new Mark's Vlogs here on the top. And I also added another limited edition stickers on each side. Here's another one. And here's this one. And recently I had this motorcycle at Yamaha's place. I'm gonna talk about that. Basically, I was doing like a huge service at Yamaha's workshop. I'm gonna talk about that in just a moment. Okay, so here's another sticker. Here's another R3 sticker, and I have also put a label which says, "If it's too loud, you're too old," which is kind of funny. I even put this Louis Moto. So Louis Moto is basically, as you can see, I put cover. This is a new cover with carbon fiber texture on the side with the red. It looks pretty cool. It actually fits the outfit of the bike, and the same goes for the passenger seat. As you can see, with the carbon fiber here and around the sides. And here's another limited edition sticker, as you can see. And I also bought a few Motul stickers. So here's one that I put. What else? And as you can see on this side, there's another R3 sticker here. This is the same, nothing too usual. I even had a sticker here, but it didn't really hold that well, so I kind of removed it. What else? I changed this one. Here you can see this brand new R3. This one has been there for a while. It's still good. Ram mounts. It's also been there for a while. USS suspension. I'm gonna talk about that just in a moment as well. Another limited edition sticker. And on my license plate, I've actually added this one right here. This. And there's like a limited edition sticker here. I also bought a new like mini plate here for this part here. And here's another badge, as you can see, which I'm gonna talk about later. There's two more limited edition stickers, one here and one here. What else? I've added this one as well. This is actually new because the one had got some scratches, as you can see, because I did some stupid thing at my school, which I'm not gonna repeat again. So I bought a new one. I put it here on the exhaust. It looks pretty cool. I put this one Pro Bolt here. I put this Denise emblem right here. It looks pretty good. And when there's like light going to it, it looks pretty cool. It's like shining. I put this as well. CRG Racing Group. This is basically for the levers that I have on the front, which I'm also going to talk about in just a moment. Limited edition. Here's another limited edition. And NGK, which is the spark plugs. I changed my spark plugs to iridium spark plugs, which are much more efficient, stronger, and makes the engine perform better. Even though it's not very noticeable, but they will last longer. Here's the last limited edition sticker on the Yamaha R3. So, okay, so that's all the stickers I've added. So there's not much about that actually. And as you watched on my previous episode, which was episode 2, I installed the LED headlights on the front, and they look pretty fucking cool. I suggest you check that out if you haven't done that already. And they are much better than the stock headlights I had before. They give me much more light. I can actually see better, and because I don't have like, and I can see much better. Even though the configuration and the installation was a little bit tricky and it took like 2 or 3 weeks, I still managed to install them, and I was so satisfied with the installation. So if you're gonna do that, I highly recommend take it to like a professional who knows electronics. I actually study engineering in school, so electronics for me is kind of like I already know a lot about it. So for me there was no problem installing it on my Yamaha R3, and because I also know how to disassemble like the parts, the fairings, I know how to remove them and everything like that. That's also something you must know before actually going to change your headlight. So okay, so as I said, I spoke about Yamaha and workshop. So basically what happened was, a few weeks ago I was at Yamaha, and basically what I told them was, so basically there's like a I got a recall. I got a recall from Yamaha saying that there's 2 problems with the Yamaha R3 that needs to be fixed, which is factory problems, factory defaults. And one of them was the cooler. There's like a cooler hose, which actually, let's see which side. Let's see, yeah, here. Okay, so basically this cooler hose had to be replaced. So they replaced this. There's like a huge hose here that goes to the engine, right, like this, in here. So they replaced that, and they also replaced this spring right here. So this spring that engages the clutch, they changed this as well. As you can see, it's brand new. It's actually shiny. They changed this and the hose during the recall, because of the recall actually. And I told them that I just don't want them to fix the recall. So I also told them to change some other parts on this motorcycle, because I did have my motorcycle at Yamaha. So I was thinking, yeah, well, if I need some parts installed, so why should I take it home and then go back later on, you know? So I told them to change a few things. So this is what they've done. So the first thing they've done is change this, the foot bag cover to protect on my side. And yeah, it's nothing usual actually. It's just that it's in gold and it looks much better. It kind of fits. Before I just had one on the other side. Now I actually have here and on the other side as well. So there's like 2. It looks much better. I changed this during winter to gold as well. This one has been here for a while. It's nothing too usual. Here's some R2 emblem, by the way, and there's some Maru slugs right here. So what I told them was to do certain things to my motorcycle, and one of the things that I told them to change was the sprockets. So well, I changed my front sprocket to 15 teeth, and the stock is 14 teeth. So the sprocket on the front is 1 teeth bigger, and on the back I changed my teeth to this one to 45. Before it was 43. So this is 45 teeth on the back, and I also changed the chain, which you can see here. It's a 140 links chain in gold with like really good quality. My previous chain had some rust because I was stupid enough to actually drive in December where there was like rain, and when I took it in the garage I just got rust, and yeah, it caused a lot of problems. So yeah, they had to change that. So I have a brand new chain, brand new sprocket on the front, brand new sprocket on the rear. That's what they installed for me. Another thing that they installed was the suspension. Here's a new YSS suspension that I mounted, and it has like this gas regulator, so I can actually adjust the dampness of the suspension, whether I want it to be soft or if I want it to be hard. In this case it's still like configured to stock, which is kind of like the stock suspension, so it's like in between. But if I want, I can adjust this, and I might do that for my trip in June. Another thing that I changed was this. I had carbon fiber on this before. I changed it because the other one was didn't look real well, so I changed it. As you can see, R3 brand new. It looks much better. Another thing that I changed was this right here. I changed the grips on both sides to, well, gold, and this is driven American quality, and they are so. I really like the handle. They are perfect. I really recommend them. Another thing that I put carbon fiber around the dashboard here. It looks pretty cool. It's not very noticeable unless you're actually driving yourself. Another thing that I really changed, which I really like, is the levers. These are CRG levers from USA on both sides. Yamaha changed them for me. They're not very wobbly, very stable. They perform well, and they're great, and they're very good. They're adjustable, which is awesome. What else? And that's pretty much what they changed. That's actually all the things that I've actually done to my bike. And yeah, and the service cost and everything. I haven't changed oil since last year, because when I did the oil change last year, I basically already had fresh oil. So I kind of felt like I didn't need to change it. I do have fresh oil at home, which I'm gonna change maybe in April, but for now it's still very early. And yeah, I also changed the LEDs on each side, and there's like LED lights here as well for like the turn signals. So that's pretty much all I've done to the bike. And here's another R2 right here. So that's the modifications I've done on this bike. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. I changed the battery to a power sport battery, because my battery, I've been using it for almost 2-3 years, and I felt like I needed to change it, so I did that. And I installed it, no hassle, everything was fine. I installed new screws, as you can see here. There's new screws here as well. Here's another patch. So that's pretty much what I've done to the bike. So thank you for watching, and I'm glad you enjoyed the last episode of my winter project, and hope to speak to you guys soon again. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and there will be more content coming up very soon. Thank you.